how to scrape thousands of valid email contacts in 10 minutes using listkit.io. Now, if you're a B2B business and you use outreach to grow your business, then this one is for you. Before we dive into it, my name is Isaac Wood. I'm the founder of levergrowth.io. We're a B2B lead generation agency working with over 24 service businesses and agencies. And in the last year, we've helped book over 500 qualified sales calls and helped our clients add hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue to their business. Now, here's a couple screenshots of some of our data internally. We've sent almost 2 million emails in the last 9 months. We've booked about 14 meetings in the last 14 days for ourselves. This is a screenshot on Trustpilot from one of our happy clients, and this is another client where we've helped them book a bunch of meetings that have ultimately led to 5 closed deals and now 6. So one of the most common problems that businesses face when trying to scale is simply not having enough leads. If you don't have enough leads, then you're not hitting your growth goals. And your irresistible offer or your 1% fulfillment will not help you grow alone. You need to become known by more people so you can make more sales. And if no one knows you, then you won't be able to sell them your solution. Sales is a numbers game, so naturally the simplest way to solve this is to get in front of more people. You need to do more volume because the number of deals you close is directly related to the number of leads that you actually have in your pipeline. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to find thousands of valid leads to do outreach to without manual work, complex data scrapers, or having to hire a VA to do the work for you. First, we'll cover the first problem faced by anyone doing cold outreach. Then I'll do a live demo of ListKit, showing you exactly how to scrape a valid list of contacts in less than 10 minutes. And then as a bonus for sticking around at the end, I'll give you a copywriting framework that helps book us 30 plus meetings every single month for you to use for your own outreach. So let's dig in. Cold email is a strategy where you send emails to people that do not know you, but they might be interested in your product or service and what you have to offer. To do cold email, you need domains, sending inboxes, lead magnets, and copy. But one of the hardest parts is finding a good source of quality leads to build your list for your business. You want to make sure that you're reaching out to the right people and also finding their valid email addresses, or else you'll end up in spam with no chance of landing in the primary folder, getting your emails read, and ultimately having them replied to. This way, you can get them to see your lead magnet, book a meeting with you, or take action. Historically, there have been a few ways to build lead lists of valid emails. First, manually search LinkedIn and enrich those contacts with expensive data tools like ZoomInfo, which typically cost $15,000 or more for an annual contract. Or you can hire a VA to manually find and scrape a list of contacts that may or may not be valid. You also have the option to use complex data scraping tools that require technical skill. You can then enrich them in other third-party tools to help find that contact information. And again, that's going to be using quite a few different softwares. And so ListKit has ultimately been developed to solve these 3 problems. ListKit is a lead generation software that allows you to find leads, their email addresses, phone numbers, and any contact information in virtually any niche or industry and at scale easily. They recently cut their prices by half, which makes this a super attractive platform for anyone who's looking to use advanced filtering to mass extract targeted B2B leads for your outbound campaigns. So now that you know why ListKit matters, let's hop into a live demo of the platform to actually build a list of those contacts. This is ListKit. This is what it looks like when you log in. I'm going to just click around for a little while, kind of show you how the platform looks, how it works, and we will run a list and then we'll take a look at the verification results. So this is, again, the main platform. You have companies and people searches that you can leverage here. So basically, they have the pretty standard industry filters, the technology filters, the total employees, keywords. You can include a list of company domains. You can also exclude a list of company domains, which is like really handy, especially if you are trying to build a list with a specific TAM and you've already built the list and you want to just make sure you're not including a specific set of companies, or the inverse of that, you're making sure you want to only include the specific list of companies. Then there's the standard geographic filters that you can include here. Some other cool ones here, you have a hiring filter. So you can basically just deselect if a company is not hiring or if a company is hiring. So the idea around hiring is if they're hiring, that means they're growing. If they're growing, that means that they probably might have some intent to buy something. And so that's really the purpose of using this specific filter here. Now we can click into people. They have a handful of different options here. You can do just like emails. You can also get phone numbers as well, which is really useful for warm dialing. So, for example, you get a prospect to reply. If you have their phone number, then you can also just dial them. That really increases conversion rates because there's intent. And then, you can just get both. Now, the standard plan includes both emails and phone. But, the more levels up you go, the more phone numbers you get. So some of the actual filters that we have here, we have job title, which is pretty standard. Then again, like locations dependent on where the person is located. Now, when you want to do some filtering around jobs, you can do contains or exact match. So an exact match would be like only CEO or only founder. But if you were to do contains founder, that might also include like co-founder or founder plus CEO type roles. So like just make sure when you're filtering, you have either contains or exact match based on what you're actually looking for. If it's exact match, it's going to be case sensitive around just the actual words, right? So another cool feature that they have is using predefined filters. So you can click into here and it'll give you a handful of basically pre-baked lists. These are pretty cool because they're already super detailed. So if you're at a loss or you're not exactly sure where you want to go with your filtering, this is a good place to start. So if you target decision makers at e-com companies, you have a list of almost 1 million people you can reach out to globally. In this case, high ticket coaching programs and online courses. This is going to be a smaller list of just 3.2K, but that would be super targeted and is typically not something you can find on other platforms like Apollo or ZoomInfo. Now, this one here, decision makers at digital marketing companies and advertising agencies. This is, again, pretty large TAM, 125,000 people. And so, right, like you're seeing CEO and founder here. So let's move me over here. And right, you can search by email, phone, both. And then this is already including like a baked list of job titles. So you have CEO, chief executive officer, founder, owner, CMO again, VP of marketing, head of marketing, director of marketing, marketing manager, right? So then this is a really good place to start and for the people side. So in terms of companies, they're going to do the keyword search. So they're searching for agency, media group, digital house, branding, influencers, SEO, TikTok, YouTube. So again, like really great start. You can add more keywords. You can exclude keywords. You can add additional conditions from here. So like this isn't your only list. You can really build out from here, which is awesome. So like, for example, say you want to only go for marketing companies that are 11 to 50, then you just deselect all the other ones, only select this one, and look, you got a much more targeted list here. So that went from over 100K to like just under 10K here. So that goes to show you like how quickly you can get a really good list. I mean, that took half a second. So let's look at another one. We have decision makers at SaaS. So they're including just the broad industry filters of information, services, and technology information. Now, they're including just keywords, which are SaaS software platforms. So that's likely going to be included on their description, potentially on their SEO. And then, they're also selecting the industries from here. So what you can do and what's recommended here is to basically review the companies that you've been filtering to see if they're a good fit, right? So analyze corporation, if you're looking for SaaS, you want to click into this and see, this is going to be customer segmentation. They have a couple different services. There's some products here. So, you would want to check. Not sure if that would be a great fit, just given that background. But again, you would want to be a little bit more specific with the keywords. So just kind of dial that down a little bit more. Just add something that's really, really specific to whatever business that you're targeting. So let's just keep going down on these predetermined filters, which are pretty cool. So looks like they've created an update, a 2.0 here. So, again, you have almost, like a million people here. And so the way that this is filtered out is via technologies. So, a lot of different Shopify Plus, looking at Facebook pixels for Shopify, mostly Shopify related technologies here, which is pretty cool to see because this isn't always included, at least with a robust data set in a platform like Apollo. So, you'd want to go through this and really just click through and make sure that it is in fact what you're looking for, or these are relevant contacts or technologies for you. But yeah, this is how you would look through it. And the last one here, they have another list of high ticket coaching programs. And so, all right, this one's showing almost 55K. So the first one that I had was like 3.5 or so. Now this one's multiples higher. So looks like it's been built out a lot more. So we'll take a look. Coaching, executive coaching, professional development, business coaching, social media coach, and then a couple exclusions on the keywords. So that's pretty cool. In terms of the locations, they've cut that out for you. In terms of titles, just going CEOs through speaker, coach, author, founder, and again, just the countries. So that's a pretty good list here. And I want to click into another feature that they have, the digital or the visualization, which will show you with some data exactly what your list looks like. So, for example, if you wanted to exclude spectator sports for some reason, you can exclude this by clicking the X here, and that'll actually just get rid of anybody who has that industry in your list. So instead of, going back and forth and typing in a new list or a new keyword, what exactly was added, what was removed, this is a good way to spot check your list as you go. So, you click the exclude, you get rid of it, it will likely decrease. That went down pretty good amount. So that would be how you go about it. So you say, okay, cool. These are all the keywords. So 76% of all of the contacts have this keyword. So, your list is pretty largely distributed in the coaching category. Again, you're going to have to do some of your own in-depth filtering, but this is a really good way to just start your list. These are your top job titles. Say you don't want a co-founder and you only want founders, you can just exclude that. And so, you're slowly whittling down this list. Let's go back to the results table. All right, cool. You have pretty solid looking list here. And the next step here, what you would want to do, assuming your list is good to go, you want a max number of people per company. So the rationale here is that you don't necessarily only want to hit up one person per company, because there's socialization that occurs. If somebody gets an email and your colleague gets an email as well, then you might actually talk about it, and as a result, do some research and decide to get back to the person who sent you the email in the first place, right? So that's why you want to include more than one person per company when you're doing these outreach. So I typically will say, do maybe 3 to start, upwards of 5, 10, 15 as you start to get bigger and bigger companies. But if you're below 50 employees, you're probably just going to want max 3, because if you're going to managers at a 50-person company, they likely have little to no decision-making power. So that would be the rationale. You really want to just hit up the people who can make the decisions, the quickest line to getting the sale. So once you do that, let's assume 3, apply, and then you hit next. And then what you want to do here is just select the total number of credits you want to redeem. So you have like almost 20,000 credits here. I can redeem as many as I want, as long as I don't run out, and you can even buy more credits. Another thing you can do, you can save the filters down. So by saving down your filters, you have a custom list that you can look back on next time you want to build a list. So it becomes even faster. And then in this case, you can even exclude. So if you have used your filtering, you can open up that filter and then just exclude any of the leads that you've already exported. So it just prevents you from double paying for credits, which is, again, a really great thing. So what you would do next is, let's call it 100 here. And, then you would just redeem credits. So I'm going to pause this and we'll let you know when it's done. All right, looks like we have the list. That took very short amount of time, maybe not even 3 or 4 minutes, but again, 100 emails here. You can export a whole lot of emails and it will typically export very quickly. I've seen it come back in, call it 10 minutes or less. Now you can see how we can build a list and export it in a 10-minute time frame really easily. List kit, great data source. Check it out if you're looking for a new, super easy to use data source. One of the good things about this is that you're only charged for the valid credits. So if you had a smaller list of, call it, 150 in the total list and only 95 came back as valid, you'd only be charged for 95 credits. So that's one of the benefits here. You're paying for what you get. They have good terms, emails, and phone numbers, and great team behind it. So take a look at ListKit. Definitely recommended. So now you have a list of highly targeted contacts. The next step is to do outreach via cold email. Use this script framework that has helped us book over 30 meetings per month. So subject line, don't overthink it. Quick question. You can change it up, but this is a tried and true. Hey, first name, relevant first line. We recently helped case study company achieve a specific result without icky bad thing the prospect wants to avoid. I think we can help you do something similar. Would you like to see a case study showing how it works? And then here's an actual example of that to show you how it actually looks in practice. Hey, first name, notice you heading up the growth arm of company name. Curious if you're currently facing issues not having enough leads to grow your business. We recently helped case study company book 5 to 15 qualified calls per month on a performance basis, meaning you only pay when the prospect shows up. I think we can help you do something similar. Would you like to see a case study showing how it works? And this script works because it gives the prospect a clear benefit, it minimizes the prospect's risk, proves their claim with a case study, and includes one specific call to action. Now you can start doing your own outreach to start filling your calendar with leads so you can make more sales and scale your business. If you want to get the most out of your new lead list by learning how to properly test cold email, then you should watch my video on how to write cold emails to book 30 plus meetings per month. I'm going to have that pinned to the top of this video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.